Hey guys, we are cooking smothered cube steaks, black eyed peas, and white rice. Your family is going to love you for this meal. I have my cube steaks that are ready to be seasoned. We're going to season it with seasoning salt, onion powder, garlic powder, paprika, and black pepper. Once we have thoroughly seasoned the first side, we will then flip the cube steaks over and begin to season the second side. Once the second side is seasoned thoroughly like the first side, our cube steaks are going to be well seasoned and looking a lot like this. We will take our pan and our vegetable oil and coat the bottom of that pan. Let that oil get hot. We will then coat our cube steaks in flour and drop it in the hot oil. We will allow those cube steaks to cook about 12 minutes, and then we will flip the cube steaks over and they should be golden brown like this. We will allow the second side to cook for another 12 minutes and they should look a lot like this. We will then remove our cube steaks from the pan and start our gravy process. We will use the remainder of the vegetable oil that we used to fry the cube steaks and put some flour in it. The more flour, the thicker the gravy. We will then distribute that evenly throughout the pan and allow that flour to cook down and brown. This will determine the color and flavor of your gravy. So you want to make sure that's well incorporated and you make sure that all of your flour is coated and you don't see any white flour. You'll add a half of chopped yellow onion and a half of green bell pepper. You'll let that cook about 10 minutes. After that, you'll add your can of cream of mushroom soup and 2 packs of Lipton onion soup mix. We will then go ahead and add our beef broth and allow everything to incorporate. It is going to be lumpy and bumpy at first, but that is okay. Once it begins to well incorporate and cook, it will form a creamy consistency. Now, some people like really thick gravy. I like thick but not too thick, so I'm going to cut it with some water. And as you can see, our gravy is already looking like gravy. That water is just going to help to thin it out just a little bit. And it's still really thick. So I think I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to cut it with some water and allow it to cook some more. It's still thick like I like it. I like it thick but not extremely thick. We have our gravy here and we're going to incorporate the cube steaks. They were not thoroughly cooked, so they will then begin to cook in this gravy the rest of the way. They are going to be tender and super flavorful. We're going to cook these cube steaks in the gravy for about 3 to 4 hours on medium. Once they are well coated, we will go ahead and let that work. And this is our finished product. So let's move on and go toward the black eyed peas. I have my turkey tails that I've washed. I'm going to put them in a pan. I'm then going to add a 1 pound bag of dry black eyed peas. After that, I will add water and a half of chopped yellow onion. Let's add plenty of water to it because we're going to cook this for about 3 hours. We're going to season it with some paprika, onion powder, and a little bit of seasoning salt and black pepper. We will cover it and let it cook for about 3 hours on medium. This is about an hour in. Beautiful. And this is the finished product. Nice and thick. It's formed a little gravy on top of it, but it's amazing. This is your finished product. Thanks for watching.